It's going to be, I think, the only person missing today is going to be Mr. Herman Ariano. Everyone else is present in the auditorium. Next item is going to be 2A, announcement of this meeting of the Alice Independent School District has been duly called, and the notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Meeting Act, Section 551.043 Texas Government Code. Item 3, pledge to United States flag, Texas flag, and moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, one people, liberty and justice for all.
I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, indivisible.
This evening we have Jaden Bueno, daughter of Sabrina and Joshua Bueno, leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mr. Ben Castillo, son of Leon Ramon and Robert Castillo, leading us with the Texas Pledge. They are both fourth grade students at Science Elementary. They are superstars.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to item number 4, recommended approval of the minutes, board minutes. 4A, minutes from regular board meeting, March 17, 2025. We have a motion by Ms. Barrera. Is there a second? We have a second by Mr. Molina. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to move on to item number 5, which is the public comments. And there is no one signed up to the public comments, so we're going to move on to item number 6, which is the superintendent's report. Dr. Kirby.
Thank you. We will start this evening by recognizing our boys and girls regional and state powerlifting qualifiers. I invite Coach Joe Castellanos to the podium. We're very proud of our students for representing AISD, and they did amazing.
We're super proud today to recognize our 2025 regional state qualifying powerlifters. Along with that, our 2025 state champion, Raw girls powerlifting team as well. Super proud of them. At this time, we're going to go to a senior elsewhere programs so we can allow them to go to accomplishments. Let's go. Are you ready to get? All right, so we're going to highlight and super to be here the last America. I love this picture right here. It kind of shows a little bit of character, a little bit of how the season will be here. Super blessed to be coaching this group of athletes right here. They're doing an amazing job. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of early mornings, late afternoons, but the hard work and the dedication, I'm going to kind of I'm really these ladies and gentlemen did an amazing job throughout the season. And we have an amazing year. We are the number one team in the state of Texas right now in the water league. Last year, I'm so grateful and blessed to be here. And I'm state records in the squat, 195 pounds, and a total record. And she's held up for 2 years in a row, and I'm so thankful she joined us and let's have a schedule, but she found time to party and pick off. Our next speaker is Peter Chapman. She also holds the regional record. We don't have the circuit record, but she holds the regional record of 130 pounds. And she is a pound best official record stating nobody pound If you guys get a chance, on the last time over before you go, you're going Tuesday. So the money and it's like the state championship team. I'm super excited about that. Just everybody who comes into town, out of town, they will see us and they will know we are the state championship team here in Madison. So I'm super excited. Thank you all so much. All right. everyone know that it's extremely hard to be the regional championship in the 5A16 division East Side Wales. Not only the regional championship, but also qualified for the state championship. The regional championship was extremely hard. We're not only and because of the amazing just to qualify, we had to get certain totals like 950, 1,500 pounds. They got to secure the ticket to the state championship. So I'm going to go ahead and make that goal. Vincent Walker, this year we're making Calvin Parliament Next up, we have Ryan Balloon. Ryan Balloon was a regional qualifier, and he did go to the championship. Next up, we have Ryan Macias. Ryan Macias is a regional qualifier, he's very close to the regional championship, and he was making $90 at the same meeting. Next up, we have Raul Gonzalez. Raul Gonzalez is a regional and state qualifier. And next up, we have Johnny and the state meeting.
Thank you, Sylvia Academy, as well for your leadership and ensuring that you motivate the kids. So I don't want to say it, but we need to repeat that. Girls, state champions. They'll be getting a ring, by the way, so we're really excited about that. So thank you much. Now it's time to recognize our Destination Imagination regional and state qualifiers of our unregulated wishes to the podium. Good evening, Board President and Board, Dr. Trevino, families, guests. I'm Julia Finches, Director of Curriculum and Instruction. I am also the District Coordinator for Destination Imagination and Science Fair. So tonight I have the honor of recognizing the hard work of quite a few of our students in those areas. At the elementary level for Destination Imagination, we have a team from DuBois Elementary. The team manager is Stella Grimes, but she was not able to be present today. So our high school team manager, Ms. Lorena Garcia Munoz, is stepping up to help out with presenting the certificates to all of the students. As a regional qualifier team, the regionals were held at Veterans Memorial High School in Corpus Christi in February. This team is named Clever Coyotes, and they placed second at regionals. They also qualified for state level competition, which was the Lone Star Finals at UT Arlington, which was held in March. So this team was made up of Leslie Gray, Tariq Muhammad, Gabriela Carino, Jasmine Molina, Kira Rodriguez, and Jade Escobar. And you all can stay here on the stage for us, and we'll get the other teams out before we get a picture. At the middle level, we did have a balloon Adams team. That team manager was Miss Olivia Escobar. She also was not able to make it. This team fifth place at regionals and was made up of Roland Armour, Elijah Salinas, and Ryan Garza. At the high school level, we had two teams. Our first team, which is Harmonic Heroes, earned second place at regionals in their division. And this team was made up of Eli Walker, Isaiah Hill, Kylie Ambisu, Noah Rosenbaum, Isaac Gonzalez, Matthew Cannon, and Michael Holmes. And our last high school team, which the team name is TBD, they placed first at regionals and qualified for state in Arlington. At state in Arlington, they earned a high instant challenge award. So in that portion of the competition, they had the highest score out of the 16 state qualifying teams in their category. So this team was made up of Tiffany Kim, Rihanna Salinas, Aubrey Garcia, and Marcus Garcia. Congratulations to all of our teams. Congratulations again, boys and girls. Now, Ms. Winchell will be recognizing our participants in science fair, both regional and state. Our science fair recognitions are going to start with our youngest scientists. So we're going to do our elementary regional qualifiers first. We're going to do it by grade level, and we'll ask that they stay up on stage for an elementary level picture. Regional Science Fair held at Texas A&M Corpus Christi in February. Our kindergarten participants will be coming up first. And if we can have Addison and Chaka. And Addison earned a third place for them at regionals. We have Hayden Harris from Newton, who won a second place for them at regionals. And Jenna Cruz from Newton, who earned a second place for them at regionals. Our first grade group, we have Kane Garcia from Charlotte, who earned a second place for them at regionals. Ozias Charles from DuBose, who earned a third place. Nayeli Thomas from Shaller, the first place ribbon. Second grade, we have Chase Rodriguez from Newton. We have Lorenzo Solis from Shaller, the second place ribbon. And John Evans from Newton, the third place ribbon. For our third grade group, we have the team of Elia Gonzalez and Bella Garcia from Newton, who got a third place. We have Jason Harris from Science with the second place ribbon. Asen Sanchez from Shower with the third place ribbon. At fourth grade, we have Caroline Romaniel from Newton, second place ribbon. Jaden Chapa from DuBose, second place ribbon. Adeline Jacobo from Shower with the third place ribbon. Our fifth grade group, we have the team of Arias and Memo and Jackson and Nieta from Shower. We have Sidnell Charles from Newton with the third place ribbon. And we have the team of Lucas Ice and Lorenzo Sharon from Newton with the second place ribbon. I would also like to thank our elementary sponsors, Ms. Gracie Van Hook from Newton, Ms. Linda Arroyo from Shower, Ms. Edna Sevilla from DuBose, and Ms. Lois Elsa and Randy Perez from Science. Great job. our secondary regional qualifiers who also competed at regionals at Texas A&M Corpus Christi in February. I would like to start by calling the William Allen Science Fair Coordinator, Ms. Van. For our sixth grade regional qualifiers, we have the team of Mila Sanchez and Mary Ellen Fontanet. We have Kylie Kayara. And we have Colin McIntyre. Stockholm Water Players, grade 6 through 8. First place, Earth and Environmental Sciences. And Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge Award for top 10% performance. And qualified to compete at the State Science and Engineering Fair at Texas A&M College Station, which took place in March. Our second grade regional qualifiers, we have a team of Alina Aceto and Allison Contreras. We have Jayla Alonsos. And we have Chloe Alvarez. Chloe from first place chemistry. The Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge Award for top 10%. She was also a state qualifier, and Chloe also earned Best in Show for 6th through 12th grade at the Coastal Web Regional Science Fair. Our 8th grade regional qualifiers, we have Maria Cantu, Joey Cadena, and Peyton Timmons, who got first place chemistry and qualified for the state competition as well. If my junior high members can stay up here, and we'll go ahead and bring up high school. Our high school coordinator is Mrs. Humberto Garcia. And our Alice High School regional qualifiers, we have Eli Walker, first place robotics and intelligence machines, and a state qualifier. We have Micah Torres. Benjamin Mulder, first place material science, state qualifier, and third place Stockholm Water Players, grade 9 through 12. We have Matt Buchanan, third place environmental engineering, and the Environmental Protection Agency award. We have J.C. Gonzalez, third place material science. Alberto Ibanez, third place chemistry. Sophia Peña, third place animal science. Noah Rosenbaum, first place microbiology and a state qualifier. Daniela Villarreal, second place behavioral and social sciences and a state qualifier. And Amelia Valdez. Congratulations, great job everybody, and thank you to the sponsors. Thank you very much, Ms. Funches and the sponsors. We know it's not easy to be competing in the science fair and moving up with projects to the regional and state level, but we're really proud of our students. They're putting AISD on the map, So we are expecting to double the number of state and regional qualifiers for next year. Thank you all so much. As far as our next item, which is 6B presentation and information miscellaneous, just a reminder to all our students and to anyone out there that is watching and our individuals out in the audience, tomorrow we continue our STAR assessment. Tomorrow we are testing at all levels at the elementary, middle school, and high school. Tomorrow we test biology at Alice High School for our sophomores and any students that need to take biology. WAM will be taking biology as well for the first time in middle school, as well as 8th grade science. Elementary is testing science in 5th grade. And Wednesday, the high school continues with U.S. history. Last week, we want to thank all our teachers for the work that they've been doing, not only with the students that tested last week, but what they've been doing throughout the year in preparing students not just for your state assessment, but preparing them to succeed in life. And so last week, we took the ROA, English 1, English 2, and of course, we still are lacking 21 students that need to take their English 1 and English 2 at Alice High School. We have 4 students at WAMS that still need to take their ROA, 1 in Rose, 2 at Noonan. Science is at 100% with their ELA, so thank you, Ms. Crafton. And Shower needs 1 more student. So we're excited to have our students demonstrate excellence, because that is what our teachers have been doing to prepare them. So again, thank you to the teachers for all the work. Thank you to the students for doing their very, very best, and as well as the parents for ensuring that their students are in school every day and for supporting their students in everything that they're doing. So I'd like to follow by our academic update. This evening we have Ms. Lori Trafton, who will be sharing information on Science Elementary and what they've been doing to ensure that our students are leaders, are academically successful, building character and service.
Good evening, Mr. Bettis, Board President, Dr. Trevino, members of the board. My name is Lori Chapton, and I am very pleased to be up here sharing the academic update for Science Elementary. So I'm going to start off by just letting you know that all year long our mantra is building champions, and so a champion extends to an individual who is really striving not just for excellence, but at overcoming any type of adversity and challenges. So that's something that we're really trying to live by every day. I'd like to introduce our small administrative team. So it's a team of myself and Ms. Samira Massey, who is our assistant principal, who is in the audience being supported tonight. And she works very hard, and we're very happy to have Ms. Massey with us today. So thank you for all of her work. So the mission of Science Elementary is to educate, inspire, and empower our students to succeed in life and become the next generation of leaders. However, our vision is to provide a positive and collaborative learning environment with an emphasis on the social, emotional development of our students so that they may thrive in the 21st century. So here is the current enrollment for Science Elementary by grade level. We've broken it down for you. So our total number as of today is 474. These are our science demographics. So as you can see, our special education population, we're at 22%, which is a little bit higher, than a lot of other campuses. So like 1 in every 5 students, right, has been identified as having some type of disability. So we service a very special and unique population. We have 5% of our students are 504, emergent bilingual. So I say it all the time, science is extremely special because we have the largest population of emergent bilingual students, and it's a great group of students. And I know that number may not seem that big, but for our campus, it is a pretty large number. So we have 5% of our students are emergent bilingual. 4% GT. We're up a little bit from last year. Something that we try and do is make sure that we're always correctly identifying and keeping a lookout for students who can be in that population, because they're out there and we know we have them. And then our economically disadvantaged, last year we were 87%. And so currently we are at 94, so you see a significant gain there in that percentage of our economically disadvantaged students. And then, so I have here a little breakdown of our staff. So this is just basic, information in range of experience, right? And so you can see that almost half of our staff is in the 0 to 5 year range of experience. But I also want to say that's a great thing for us, right? Because teachers that are coming new and fresh out of college, they're very enthusiastic, they're coming with innovative ideas, a lot of high energy, and so that's really great for us because we're able to mold and cultivate and really help foster that love of learning. So we actually really like having, we have great learners at our school. And currently we've had that early childhood special education vacancy, and so that's been pretty much all year long. And I just want to touch on how we supported that population of teachers. So here in AISD, like every other campus, we have a very strong mentorship program. But something that I feel is very specific to science, and it was part of our action plan, the vision was that we wanted to give teachers a very routine and structured way of learning. And one of those is by watching your peers and seeing it in action, in live time. So what we did since the beginning of the year, we made sure to carve out release time bi-weekly for all of our teachers to go in and observe their colleagues and their peers. And it's worked out really beautiful, and so we have some pictures here of them being able to do that. And sometimes if we don't have all of the strengths needed, we had no problem going to another campus and taking teachers to go observe and get our teachers what they need. We have our bi-weekly professional learning communities where our teachers are engaged in different types of learning, and that learning might be specific to the campus or maybe even for the grade level. So that's a great opportunity for them. Every week they meet for reading and for math with their colleagues where they plan for the following week, and they're able to share and come together and get different ideas from one another. And finally, one of the ones that has probably the most impact is making sure that we as a team at Science can build capacity through coaching and modeling with our teachers. And that's not always done just by the administrators, that's done by our teachers. We have Nina Rodriguez who comes to the school, Elena, different, any resource that we can get available, we offer it to them. But we see a large gain in that. So attendance is something that, here in Alice is really big, and I'm very pleased to share this data with you because we do have significant gains with attendance because we need our kids in the classroom learning. So our goal, we finished off the year at 92.8 last year, and so I put some little side information there. So in 22-23, the school year ended at a 90% attendance, and last year we raised that. You can see we had a 2.47 increase by ending the last school year at 92.8, and our goal is 94 for the end of the 24-25 school year, and I'm pleased to announce that as of today, we are 94.73, so that's really exciting. We're definitely on the right track, a lot of work to be done, but headed in the right direction. And so some of the things that we do in the summer, we get together with our team, we identify any students who may be at risk of having any type of truancy issues. So we come together with our team, we tier them, we reach out, letting parents know we're here to support you. Again, going back to our demographics, that support, is definitely needed. With some of our families, every day at 8:15, we have our preliminary check-in where the parents go, the social worker, we're calling home, trying to get the kids in there. But I think that what is the most important, and probably what, again, has the highest impact, is creating its culture shift. Is really getting students, teachers, and parents, the entire community, to buy in, not just to perfect attendance, but great attendance, right? Because we're realistic, we get ill, we're not robots, that type of thing. So we try and celebrate just what great attendance might look like. So I've included some pictures of some fun activities that our kiddos do. We have grade level contests, rewards, we sprinkle in fun days, Spirit Week, you name it, we try and do it. Partnering with local community members, we're very thankful to Whataburger, they've been a great sponsor. Flex program has been very useful. And finally, utilization of ACE and any enrichment program. Sometimes our kids love to come to school when they know that they're going to go to the esports or running club or music, whatever, and you hold on all day. So whatever we can do, what he'll let him do, we try and grab. Again, here's another picture of our kiddos just enjoying and making the best in school. So here's a little bit more data that we've collected for you. So we have a breakdown by month of our attendance from the 23-24 to 24-25. And so up in January, we've seen significant gains, right? We know January was a big issue, but if you look a lot of percentages are over, pretty big, so definitely trending in the right direction. We love green. And so our accountability data. So of course I want to just make sure that everyone is training for that. Trying to champions, and so that's always what we're trying to get. However, we ended the year last year at a 7.8, a C, up from a 7.4. We did make gains, and we set our goal for the end of this school year in accountability for an 82. And so we're confident that we're gonna, that we're definitely headed that way. And I also want to take the time to thank each of you because everything that you approve, whether it's HQAM, Summit, Tango, whatever it is that we do in AISD, having all of the tools necessary and at our teachers' fingertips, that's definitely helping move all of us in the right direction. So for the academic focus all year long, we really wanted to go deep with less, right? And not just move on to the next thing if we weren't seeing the gains that we wanted to. So first and foremost, we always started with making sure that 100% of our teachers were using the high quality instructional material that's embedded by the district already. And so we're great there. And then now it's how we use those materials, right? So all of our I spoke to you about different things that we do to support our new teachers, and so they have the tools in front of them. Now it's just about making sure that their delivery is up to par with all of those things. So we are focusing on just best practices of good teaching, one of them making sure that our kids are talking. We want our students to be rich in oral language, and so academic discourse, making sure that they're using that academic vocabulary. We want our kids engaged. We don't want them with their heads down. We want them participating, being very active in the classroom. And of course, when I speak about those best practices, I'm talking about listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And one of the ones that I'm most proud of, and I really wish, these pictures could talk because I was able to see a lot of these in real time. And so we know that research shows that teachers and students or anybody that sets a goal, we're more likely to obtain them if we are able to track our progress towards that goal. And so I'm going to just really briefly just share with you the little girl in the maroon sitting there with her father. And so she's one of our emergent bilingual students. And so that was one of our star goal-setting nights, and she was able to articulate and share with her dad where she was and everything she needed to be able to move forward. And so it was such a great moment. And so our students are able to let me know where they're going and how they're going to get there. So the other part of our academic focus is making sure that we were able to identify students and project where we think they're headed in on STAR. And so we were able to identify every student by name. Teachers were able to do that. And so we have a vision of where all our kids are going to be. Academic enrichment as far as everybody supporting. So we have our coach in the upper right-hand corner. And so she knew there was a need for fifth grade science, so she stepped in, and so she's been doing enrichment every Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday school. The administrators, we help tutor, our instructional support team, our interventionists, everybody. And I just want to stress that writing has been huge all year long. So a couple of years ago when STAR 2.0 came out, almost half of some grade levels, like 49 in one in particular, were scoring a 0 on their writing. And so that was screaming that we needed to do something. And so that has been something that we have really worked hard at training our teachers and our students. And last year we were able to cut that number in half for some of our grade levels. So we feel really, really positive about our students and sending them even onto LAMs, completion writers. So here's some of our STAR data. So on the left side, you see how we ended last year, the 23-24. That's how we performed on STAR. On the right, those are the goals that we have set, set in place for this STAR assessment. What I do want to point out is that you might see like a discrepancy, in percentages, but what we're doing is we're tracking from cohort to cohort, right? So those 5th graders right there that finished off with the 78, the 60, and the 28, those are students now at WAM. And so then like if you see the 74, 42, 11, those 4th grade, those are the current 5th graders right now. And so our goal for them was to end the year at the 82, 55, 25. And I do want to say that, last year our 5th graders did very well, because in order to get that A, we want ideally all of our students to be at that 90% approaches, 60% meets, and 30% masters. And we were really, really close. And in one pod, we even had a teacher who earned an A. So we felt, very proud of those little pockets of success that we're seeing. Here's our math data. Again, on the left, that's how we performed in our goals for this year. So as you can see, like our 4th grade, we raised, we set the bar high with our 5th grade math. That was a veteran teacher who they performed pretty well. And so now we moved her to 5th grade, so she followed, and moved with her kids. So the bar is set even higher for her. Our science data. And so our plan for STAR, I'm not going to go through all of these. All I want to let you know is that immediately after benchmark 2, we began strategizing and creating a very detailed action plan. And so we got together all, appropriate stakeholders, everybody who had some type of input, some type of hand in what we were doing. And we really planned accordingly, being very, very intentional in the weeks leading up to STAR. And so not just resources, but we restructured. Some of that may be just like groupings, the utilization of teacher strengths, the materials that we were using. We wanted to make sure that we were giving our kids every chance of doing well. Here are some pictures of our kids right in the thick of STAR review. We try and make a lot of the activities game-like and fun, keep engagement high. And so these right here are just some pictures of our students. So we took the TELPAS assessment back in March. And there's 2 people I really want to thank today. I have Mandy Bettis and Elvis Al-Assad, who are 2 of our reading interventionists. And they played a crucial role in TELPAS. They really have been dedicated to learning the K-12 program that's been instrumental in helping our kids feel prepared. They put in some long hours, making sure that our kids were really well-rounded and well-versed in what they were going to have to do, making sure that our kiddos were getting stronger in language, because we know TELPAS is a language assessment. So there they are, working hard in their little sessions right there. And so what we tell our kids all the time is we work hard, but we play hard too, right? Because kids need to feel and see the fruits of their labor, and so do teachers. And so that's something that we're very, very happy about at Science. We are trying to celebrate growth and whatever that looks like. And that ranges from classroom to classroom, grade to grade. And so here you see where we took our kiddos to urban air, and that's just one little example. But what makes me feel good is the teacher in the middle, who is a new teacher, and so they take it upon themselves to celebrate their kiddos. They spend their own money, they purchase pizza and have all these parties and do things on their own. And so they'll send you pictures bragging about their kids. So that feels really good to see all the time. And so as much as we care about academics and the leading we do, I also wanted to share that at Science and in AISD, we really like to focus on the whole child, right? And so we want our kids to leave Science Elementary feeling that they are the best of the best and they can conquer anything that this world gives them. And so this is just one example of what that could look like. And so here are our student ambassadors, and we talk all the time about your character, and so, the pillars of leadership, service, and so We always hold these kids to a high standard of making sure that they know that their peers are watching them, the littles are watching them, and so it's a big responsibility. But I just love the smile of the little boy, Justin Flores, in the middle when we caught him off guard, but they're willing to greet, they're willing to go in and help, walk kids to class, whatever it is. And so, again, that's just one example of different things that we try and focus on. Any questions? Thank you. Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Captain. We can tell that you're very passionate about your school and more importantly, your students. Summer school's coming up and it's just around the corner, so we want to give you an update on summer school because we know that out in the community, a lot of people may ask when it's going to be happening or what are we going to be offering. So I invite Gracie Garcia to the podium to share that with you all.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, Dr. Trevino, and audience. As you heard, Science Elementary heard Ms. Trafton present all the wonderful things happening in AISD with all the learning that's taking place. We want to make sure we extend that through summer as well. So we are offering a plethora of summer offerings as well. We're going to start with our ESL students. These are emergent bilingual. So we are going to have for our students, for our ESL students, we're going to offer them a summer program. We are required to offer for our pre-K and K students. They should attend a total of 120 hours. We also included this year our first graders as well. The location for our ESL program will be at Newman Elementary. The dates will be June 2nd to the 27th. It is a Monday through Friday program. It will start at 8 to 2 p.m. so that they can meet 120 hours. All our summer kids, our school kids will be provided breakfast and lunch. Continuing with our elementary, our 2nd grade through 5th grade, locations will be Newman and Showers. So students zoned to Newman and Science will attend Newman Elementary. Students zoned to DuBose and Showard will attend Showard Elementary. The time is 8:20 to 12:30. Date, June 3rd to the 27th. Again, it's a Monday through Friday program. The schedule for grades 2nd and 3rd, they will have math, RLA, and specials. What we mean by specials is that they will be having a rotation of PE, art, something so that they're not just working on reading and math, something to get them up and moving around. For our 4th and 5th graders, we are going to add science as well. Our 5th graders do test in Science STAR, which you heard that we will be testing tomorrow. And so, based on the results, those kids that do not meet approaches will also be attending summer school. And summer school for these grade levels is based on STAR results. It's based on attendance, and they don't meet the 90% rule, which means they cannot miss more than 18 days in the school year. If they do, then they have to attend summer school. Moving on to our middle school, to WAMS, we also have our Jumpstart Learning Academy there. Location, of course, is WAMS. Time, 8:15 to 12:45, June 3rd to June 27th. And the schedule for 6th graders will be RLA, math, PE. For 7th graders, same, RLA, math, and PE. However, in their RLA class, they will be embedding a little bit of social studies as well. For the 8th grade students, we will have RLA, math, science, and PE. For our Coyote Advanced Math Academy, and these are for students that were in 5th grade that performed in the top 40, they were in 5th grade last year, performed in the top 40% in their math STAR, and are now part of the 6th grade accelerated math grade teams. The goal during the summer program is to reinforce those 7th grade teams because as 7th graders, they will be taught 7th grade and 8th grade teams as well. So we want to make sure before sending them off to the 7th grade to learn 7th and 8th grade that we reinforce what they already learned. Also, for these students, they will be taking math, PE, and we're going to offer a STEM program for them. STEM are courses that have science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but these courses are designed to invoke critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in the student. Then Alice High School Jumpstart Learning Academy. For Alice High School, it's a little different. We have the credit recovery and STAR prep classes for those students that still need to pass their EOCs. Time 8:30 to 1. Dates June 3rd through June 16th, Monday through Friday. And they will be in credit recovery labs and in STAR prep courses. Some of these kids will be testing in June, so I have provided you with the tentative schedule there. Also for kids in Alice High School, we are also offering a fast-track summer academy. Eligible participants will be incoming freshmen and current high school students. It will be at Alice High School, 8:30 to 1, June 3rd through the 27th. And we will be offering Spanish 1 for a 1-year credit, Spanish 2 for a 1-year credit. Government and economics both are half credit, so it's 1 semester each. We also are going to include some CTE courses. We're going to include Principles of Health Science, and that's a 1-year credit, and this is for a public service endorsement. They're working towards that. And Principles of Agriculture, and that's a 1-year credit for the business and industry endorsement. That is our summer program, summer 2025. Thank you, and do you have any questions for me?
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. I'm hoping to have our students take advantage of our what we did change the meaning is not summer school, so I'm glad we made that correction, is the jump start. We're getting kids ready for the following school year. Next, we have the CTE and early college high school update with the Pillars of Success, Dr. Duncan.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, Dr. Trevino, and members of the audience. This evening, I will be providing you with our CTE and ECHS program updates. Our programs focus on the 4 pillars of success, and that's academics, leadership, service, and character. To advise students, to support students, and to guide them to explore different types of careers for their future. First, I'll be talking about the community career and technology updates. The next 2 slides are provided for you. Give you a representation of our career clusters and our endorsements, as well as our programs of study, the teachers that teach those level courses, and the certifications for each of the courses of the programs of study. In blue, you will see the endorsements that Gracie Garcia was talking about earlier, and the career clusters, and then, of course, the programs of study. We have currently 14 programs of study, and next year, for the 2025-2026 school year, we will offer 16 programs of study with additional courses that we've offered or added. So as you can see, we have the animal science and mechanic systems, as well as graphic design, digital production, to accounting and financial business and marketing and sales, to renewable energy, which is engineering, to teaching and learning. And I also have current pictures of our students that are working in those programs with teachers there so that they can see their friends and want to be in those type of programs in order to sell the program study. I also included the post-secondary opportunities so that students and parents know what type of degree can I get for an associate, for a bachelor's and master's, and then a doctorate as well. And as well as giving them information about internships that they can sign up for, and then industry-based certifications, as well as align occupations for example, salaries or the types of careers that they have in that particular program study. So all of that is embedded, all 15 program of studies are in the course catalog for parents to see and to choose and have that opportunity. Our second is the early high school college. And in this year and in previous years, we've had one university as our partner, and that is Coastal Bend College. However, this coming year, because the board being generous in giving us the opportunity, or giving students the opportunity to have additional institutions to choose and courses that they can take, either through our early college program or through our dual courses. To be eligible to be in early college, there are some qualifications, and to be eligible for that is to be a current 8th grader. In order to, in other words, the ECHS focuses on students that are to select the students being at risk, economically disadvantaged students, emerging learners or EE learners, first-generation college students, and migrant students. And this selection criteria is very important as we move on to the next slide, and knowing that in the application process, it is important to note that the application for parents and students is due by May the 2nd by 4 o'clock. And there will be no applications to turn in after that. So, in order for, if there are 50 or more students that are interested in being in the program, and they will turn in 50 or more applications, then there will be a lottery process. And how that lottery process works is, if I am a student and I turn in an application, I have one ticket in. If I am a student that is economically disadvantaged, then my name goes in the hat 3 times. And so those target criteria is very important as we and we identify those students before we put in the names. And all students are actually notified whether they're in the program and congratulating them, the students that are in the waiting list and students that did not make the program. However, even students that did not make the program still have an opportunity to take college courses through our dual program. So each institution that we talked about, CBC, Del Mar, and Texas A&M, in Kingsville, they all have a criteria that, like for example, CBC has, you can take up to 6 hours and then you have to pass the TSI, math, reading, and writing. So what are the benefits of being in early college? Well, the benefits is that you have a free tuition, a free education to get at least an associate's degree, access to the most current laptops, or a free laptop for the 4 years that you are enrolled in the ECHS program, and then you have an opportunity to gain 60 college hours or associates through the early college program, all earning 1,200 students are taking or are enrolled in our programs of study, taking courses in CTE, generating funds, and also generating adding to our accountability through our certifications. So that's 94% of our students, which is a lot. The next couple of slides are provided for you so to give you an idea of what our students are doing in CTE and the outstanding work that they've done for the many hours that they put in. For example, we have our Skills USA competition, which is almost like a UIL. You have first place state competition in medical terminology, and the competition is fierce, and it's a large group of individuals, and so not only did they win first place, but they're continuing to go to nationals, and that the first one would be that's one of our teachers out there. So then we also have first place in Skills USA competition, held knowledgeable, Eli Walker, Tiffany Kim, Antonio Morales, and Caleb Flores. We also have first place in the state of Texas, which is TAFE, Texas Association of Future Educators, and that's Dakota Gafona, Stephanie Chavera, and Cassandra Garza, and Elena Tu. And then we also have an accounting, Liana Amador, who won first place in our county and is continuing to for district. In leadership, we also have our students do volunteer to go to our elementary schools to entice and sell the programs and get students in elementary schools interested in different careers. So here we are, an example of students at DuBose and also at Newman. And then we also have students that volunteer their service to show their skills and demonstrate their programs at the high school for 9th graders to 12th grade. And then one of the biggest things that we do is we take them to the Richard Borchard Convention Center for the You Choose Expo. And last but not least is service and character. We have, in the top right, we have our students in culinary volunteering their service as they help serve at the AISD state or the district. And we also have 5 students in accounting who receive their VITA, which is Volunteer Income Tax Assistant certification. And what that entails is passing a test of 100 questions. All 5 of them scored 90 and above, in addition to 20 hours of service that they did with the United Way Coastal Bend, working with individuals actually doing the income tax for low-income individuals. Next year, we're hoping to do it here in Alice. Any questions?
People are very proud of their program, so thank you very much, Dr. Benton. We just want to give a quick update on student services. I know that Liana loves to share her attendance, but I know that she's also sharing about exchange students and other topics. So,
Yes, good evening, members of the board, Dr. Davino, members of the audience. Tonight I bring to you the Student Services Monthly Update. My favorite thing to share with you is that campus attendance. For the month of March, if you look at last year's and this year's, for the high school we were at 87.53, this year 89.06, giving us that 1.52% increase. At the middle school we are 91.18, this year 92.61, giving us that 1.43% increase. At Newman 94.12. This year, 94.96, giving us that 0.84% increase. Science, 92.49%. This year, 94.86%, giving us that high 2.37% increase. For Charlotte, the 94.62 last year. This year, the
5.72%, giving us that 1.10% increase. And then at Dubo's, they were at 91.76 last year, and this year 93.91, giving us that 2.15% increase. Moving on to the district, last year we ended at 91.07%, this year at 92.63%, giving us that 1.56% increase. So this upward momentum, just to let you know, is a positive indicator that we are moving in that right direction. And we are hoping, I want to say hoping, we are going to see our attendance go. So down at the bottom, I just wanted to let you know we are still doing the Students of Excellence. And so these students, they exemplify our outstanding character, leadership, academic effort, and positive behavior. And so weekly, the campuses will send us 2 names of students, and what we do is we give the parent a phone call to let them know how great their student has been at the campus. They receive a certificate and a shout out on social media. And believe it or not, this is actually really good for those students because it gives them that confidence. And so it has been worth doing this for them, and so we will continue to do that. Moving on to the monthly attendance revenue. So in the month of March last year, we were at $1,426,366.50. We reduced that loss to this school year at $980,147.06, representing a savings of $446,219.44. This is nearly $500,000 that we've saved just in the month of March. So a quick thing, for Alice High School, we currently have a foreign exchange student program. And what that is that we allow different exchange programs to kind of collaborate with our high school. We do have some district partners. A couple of them are Green Card Exchange, Council for Educational Travel USA, and our International Student Exchange. What happens is these students come over for a year, usually it's during their junior year. We did have 2 12th grade students in 22-23 that graduated at Alice High School. So they come here for the year just to get that experience with American education and culture. They do come with English language understanding, so that's not a barrier for them. A quick, just kind of where the students are coming from. We have students from Japan, Brazil, Czech Republic, Spain. This year we have somebody from Cambodia coming in. We have a student. And so this is a great opportunity for our students as well. What does it do for our high school students? It prepares them for that globalized world. Right now with these skills that are needed for that today's workforce, a lot of this is helping them equip with that, and they're able to work with those kind of students. So when they go out there in the world, they're able to go on this collaborating internationally. Last but not least is our 25-26 in-person student registration. So we did go live with this April 1st. This is just to let you know that we will be having that face-to-face on May 1st and May 7th at the central office in the boardroom. We are doing a lot of fun activities for the families. We're doing a coloring station for our kids, free lunch for the families, snacks for the little ones. Our school mascots will be there. We are giving out those free t-shirts for all the new pre-K and kinder students. Plus, on May the 7th, we've invited the Department of State Health Services. They'll be there on site to give immunizations for any student who may need their 4-year-old shot or any 7th grader coming in for the required vaccinations and for their MMR. And of course, I want to thank Ellie Hunter. She's gotten us these great donations. We have the Wendy's mascot that will be there giving out free Frosty vouchers. We do have Chick-fil-A that will be providing that lunch. We had LJA Engineering who donated the snacks for our little ones. And so it's a lot of great things for them, and these are mainly for those families that need that assistance with the online registration. So we'll be there to help them. And that is all I have for you guys tonight. Any questions? Great.
Thank you. If you don't have any questions for Mr. Kubala on safety, we can move on to Mr. Mayan. I just wanted to give you an update on the interest that the bond has provided or has generated.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Rodino, and members of the audience, board trustees. I'm here to present a finance update
at the same time, and that way you can just follow.
You want me to go first, Ron, or what?
No, you can.
So, for, Mr. President, Dr. Nino, Board Trustee, I thank you for your time this evening. Just real quick on, maintenance and operations. Maintenance operations were related to STAR testing, would involve ensuring the smooth functioning of the testing environment and infrastructure. With that being said, I'm very blessed with the team that's out there addressing those issues day to day. Boots on the ground, cutting our grasses, HVAC addressing, implementing that 5-year strategic plan, and that's in full effect, and addressing what comes on a day-to-day operations, right? So, HCs, we're addressing them day-to-day. The interior painting of the schools, I know that's a strategic plan that was also brought up, and so we're ready to submit for quotes to get that taken care of, and probably this summer starting one of the schools and go forward. Former Park, our guys out there doing a great job of cleaning that area, cleaning out some of the trails that we used to do back in the days and opening that up for maybe some outdoor activities or team building events that they choose to. Leaks throughout the district, we're addressing those day to day, replacing tiles, trying to minimize and mitigate those to an acceptable level. And pretty much on our report. Any questions regarding operations? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Just on another note, just wanted to let you know too, because it's been brought to my attention. Several calls are asking for the watering, where we're at with the watering. And we're pretty much still the same, the task is restricted, and so we're trying to find a way to make that happen and see what we can do by getting a water source for our students.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Green. David Iglesias with PBK Architects here to give an update on the new Memorial Stadium. Regarding the demolition phase 1, Weaver Jacobs achieved substantial completion on March 3rd. This included the additional piers that were discovered with the additional demolition that we had requested. The total contract amount for the demolition phase 1 was $622,068. There is a credit amount coming back to the district for the unused contingency amount of $62,500. Since the demolition phase was completed rather quickly, we anticipated there would be a gap between the demolition and new construction, so we're working to try to begin phase 2 as quickly as possible. We issued a 95% bid set to Weaver Jacobs on March 3rd, and we received a draft GMP bid, which is the guaranteed maximum price, on Tuesday afternoon of April 8th. We met with Weaver Jacobs on Wednesday, April 9th at their offices in Puerto, Texas. We reviewed all the bids that were received. We evaluated all the different subcontractors. Several divisions we received multiple bids, on others we received just one. We were able to clarify some items rather quickly, and so we're still continuing to evaluate those bids with the design team, the engineers, the contractor, the subs, and trying to negotiate to be able to come within the next week to present the final GMP to begin phase 2. We did list a couple of cost-saving items after our meeting with Weaver Jacobs on Wednesday. We did come and stop here at AISD. We met with Dr. Green, who's been on WhatsApp, went over some items. We also got with the coach to clarify some items as well. So we're continuing to work diligently because we know that the demolition is phased. There's no work happening at this time. There's a lot of work going on in the background. And so we're trying to get to where we need to be so we can go ahead and come and get a GMP approved. Also, we have issued a set of construction documents to the City of Dallas for permit. So they're currently reviewing that. And we have also issued a set of drawings to our registered accessibility specialist, which is part of the TDLR requirement to review the plans from an accessibility standpoint. So those items are happening currently.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Jesse? If not, based on the information that you provided, sir, we'll probably need to be calling a special call meeting in the next week, week and a half,
Correct.
to approve the GMP.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Perez or Coach Castellanos regarding their updates? If not, I know that was a long superintendent's report, but I'm done.
Thank you, Dr. Levine. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are acted upon one motion. Upon board members requesting item, the consent agenda shall be moved to the action portion of the regular agenda. This time we have a motion to approve the consent agenda. We have a motion by Mr. Molina. Is there a second? We have a second by Mr. Lamont. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
So we're going to move on to item number 8, which is the action items. Dr. Junior.
8A is consideration and possible action of allowance expenditure authorization number 01 for peer removal proposal. So just a refresher, when PBK went in to do all their, demolition of the stadium, they did find 15 pillars. So it's a cost at $37,500. But just as Mr. Iglesias just mentioned, we do have, they do all just approved to have a change order and allowance credit. So we actually got a credit, but some of it will be going to the peer. If you see on number 7G under consent, it's that allowance credit of $62,000, and that'll kind of offset this amount for the piers that needed to be removed.
So do we have a motion this time? Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Alwan. Is there a second? We have a second by Mr. Molina. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
8B is consideration and possible action of substantial completion of package number 1, which is the demolition. We're just approving that they did complete that job.
And that we consider the possible actions.
So we have a motion by Mr. Molina. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Binion. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
8C is consideration and possible action to approve the 2025-2026 instructional material and TEAC certification form. I invite Mia Campos to the podium. I don't know if you've heard, but there's been a lot of talk about the recent curriculum and the changes that are being proposed. So we want to be very transparent with you and the community as to the district's position on the high quality instructional materials that we will be using for the next school year.
Good evening, Board President, members of the Board, Dr. McNeil, and the audience. As Dr. Levine said, my name is Mia Rodriguez Campos, and I'm the Curriculum Specialist and the New Textbook Coordinator. Tonight, I will be presenting the certification and provision of instructional materials. Each year, school districts are required to certify to the State Board of Education that students have access to instructional materials for each content area and the required curriculum that are aligned to the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills Board, TEACS. Additionally, districts must certify that they are in compliance with the Children's Internet Protection Act, which ensures protection against access to obscene or harmful content. And so this evening, I will share with you the 24-25 instructional materials that we currently use in Alice ISD, along with the recommended curriculum for 25-26, and this is specifically for the content areas of reading and math. So, as you can see for 24-25, this year we use Amplify ELAR Texas grades K through 5. And we also use Amplify Texas ELAR for grades 6 through 8. If you take a look at our 2025-2026, we are going to continue with our Amplify. Although we did consider Bluebonnet Reading Language Arts, which is being promoted by TEA, Alice ISD has decided to continue with Amplify for the 25-26 school year. And the decision was not made lightly. With support from our service center, we surveyed the local school districts within Region 2. Okay, and we wanted to see how many of them were transitioning to Bluebonnet Reading as well. And several districts are choosing to hold up and wait on Bluebonnet Reading due to its controversial nature. Okay? But what I do want to say is Amplify is 100% TEAS aligned and meets all the state requirements. The 2025-26 school year will mark our third year with Amplify, and we have seen measurable success in student growth, specifically in the areas of reading. Additionally, teachers are familiar and comfortable with the curriculum, and that is the main reason we felt that we wanted to stay with Bluebonnet Reading. Okay? So moving forward to our mathematics. As you can see, this year in 24-25, we have a plethora of math curriculum. So grades in Eureka, in grades K1, we have Eureka Math. In grades 2 through 5, we have Sharon Wells. In grades 6 all the way through Algebra 1, we have Carnegie Math, and we also have Carnegie Math Accelerated for our 6 and 7. Okay? In 2025, we will be moving toward Bluebonnet Learning. And you can see Bluebonnet Learning K-5 Math, Bluebonnet Learning Secondary Math, 6 through Algebra 1, and Carnegie Accelerated Math, grade 6 and 7. And I do want to know, we are staying with Carnegie Accelerated Math because the state has not created the accelerated math yet for grade 6 and 7. It is coming. They say projected years 26, 27, but they don't have it as of yet. So we are going to stay with Carnegie Accelerated Math. Although we are transitioning to Bluebonnet, the structure and the approach for Bluebonnet, Eureka, and Carnegie are very, very similar. The alignment will help create a smooth transition for our staff, and so as you can see, that really the major shift that we're going to have is really going to be for the grades 2 through 5. Okay? This past year, we've had, like I said, we had 3 different math curriculums across the grade levels, and we want to ensure continuity and consistency across grades K all the way through our Algebra 1. So we believe Bluebonnet offers a rigorous curriculum and program that will support our students' progression and prepare them for the accelerated math pathway that the state is now emphasizing. Specifically with our grades 4 and 5, we want greater exposure to rigorous content so that we have more students on track for that accelerated path. And that means that those students will be taking in 8th grade Algebra 1. So we want to create that path for them. As far as the other curriculums, our science and our social studies, they will be staying the same. Does anyone have any questions? Yes?
So as far as the way you've explained it, the reason why we're switching is to add more rigor to
Absolutely.
early on.
That's right. Okay, the state is saying that, in general, math scores across the state, across the country are low. And so they really want to push for that accelerated pathway for our students. And we feel that Carnegie is the best way to go.
So instead of, you're introducing...
Carnegie and, Bluebonnet.
You're introducing concepts earlier. So 4th grade, you're kind of getting introduced to this. Is that what you're trying to do?
It is a very rigorous program, and it has a lot of hands-on and student discourse talk. So it's math in different. Sharon Wells, yes, was great. And I really can attest, I've Ms. Duchess was right on my side because she's my math person, but yes, it is something you could say that they're actually learning at a faster pace, especially with our accelerated 6 and 7. And if your students were to get on that pathway, or your child, what they do is in 6th grade, they take 6 and the beginning semester of 7. In 7th, they take 7th all the way through 8th grade math, and in 8th, and that year they take 8th grade star, and then when they are 8th graders, they take Algebra. And so, yes.
In this curriculum, I mean, you got together with the math teachers.
Absolutely, we did not make this decision us, we brought the teachers together, then we actually brought even the principals, they had like a blue bonnet day, I would say, in the service center, and we went and we actually saw the presentations, and we were very specific, I mean, we did not take this, decision very lightly. We pulled the teachers, and then actually, what the teacher have asked is a smooth transition to the new year. So we will start prepping them with PD already in May so that they will have a even smoother transition.
That's good, I'm glad to hear that, because it's good news, broken down. I'm glad that you're finding a new solution and getting everybody involved. It's a team.
Absolutely, we would never make a decision without the teachers' input on what's best for our students. And that ultimately is why we are moving in this direction. We want student success, and we want we want huge numbers for our accelerated math group. Yes, sir.
So on 6 to 7, you're saying school rigorous, the same though, still climbing.
It's still Carnegie, yes, it is still.
They can run in this way.
Carnegie actually this year, so the year prior, this is Carnegie, we implemented it this year in the 25-26 school year. So we're already on this accelerated pathway based on a House bill. So this year, I believe it was 40%, am I correct in saying that, 40%?
So the accelerated math is separate from, your other grade levels working through. It was a House bill from last year that came into place where any students in 5th grade who were at the top 40% on their math scores, they were to be placed into this accelerated math course. So when we talk about accelerated math, it's that top 40% from 5th grade that the state is requiring to then move into that accelerated 6, 7, and then the following year 7, 8. So when she's talking about increased rigor, it's coming along, so that those students, as they're hitting 5th grade, they're stronger in that, but it's also for all the students. Additionally, Eureka math that kinder and first currently have, it's very aligned with Blue Bonnet. Basically, the state took the structure of Eureka math and tweaked it to be more Texas specific, right, rather than national specific. And Carnegie also is very similar to Blue Bonnet. The state took Carnegie and tweaked it, because I know we were doing Carnegie. We found that there were some places where it extended, it had all the teeth, but it kind of extended in some places to other things that weren't necessarily part of that. And so Blue Bonnet takes that same structure that the teachers are used to with the Carnegie right now and just makes it more Texas specific. So for the Eureka teachers and the Carnegie teachers, it's going to be a very similar structure to what they've been doing. Some of the units will be the same. There's just some slight differences. And then by bringing it all the way through, we don't have kids that are, working on one level here, switch and do something else, then come back and switch and do something else. It's taking that same level of rigor all the way through for them, up through that honors algebra.
Yes, so right now, currently, we have 6 sections of accelerated math in our 6th grade, so 6 periods with students in them. So we actually want more than that for the upcoming year. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
And we have a motion by Mr. Ramon to approve the 2025-26 instructional materials and TEAS certification forms. Is there a second? I have a second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Mr. Teachers. Consideration and possible action on 2024-2025 budget amendment number 1, Alice High School CTE Department. They're requesting to move $10,000 for student travel. They did have students advance to nationals, so it's just a matter of covering their expenses. They have it, they just need to switch the line item.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to consider and possibly move the budget amendment for the $10,000 cover.
We have a motion by Mr. Kenny. Is there a second? We have a second by Mr. Zamora. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next item is consideration and possible action on the 2024-2025 budget amendment number 2, district-wide liability coverage of $74,088 or $81. This is just to move the function 51 property insurance. The money is there, but we just need to move them to a different category to align them to the correct functions, such as cybersecurity and physical damage.
Is there a motion?
Make the motion that we, enter the budget as per budget amendment number 2 for the district-wide liability.
So we have a motion by Ms. Paredes. Is there a second? Have a second by Mr. Molina. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is consideration and possible action for teacher sign-on bonus of $500 for fully certified teachers for the 25-26 school year. So in AISD, we're committed, to attracting high-quality, fully certified teachers for the 25-26 school year. We want to support this goal and use Title II funds, Part A, which is a federal fund, to really help us to attract teachers, increase teacher effectiveness, strengthen our recruitment and retention, and ensure that our teachers are certified. And I know the challenge for new hires is that financial gap. So I don't know if you're aware, but we hire our teachers in August. They start working in August at the beginning, but their first paycheck is not until September, end of September. So this will help them, at least get the year started, so they can cover their first weeks of housing, school supplies, classroom supplies, and just the day-to-day needs. This initiative is only available to fully certified teachers who commit to teaching in AISD for the upcoming school year. It's designed just to give those new teachers that confident, that supportive start without compromising our financial stability. Early support, reduces teacher attrition, and we know that for first-year hires, this can be very attractive. We want to invest in our future, and we want to keep these teachers. So we look for many, I want to thank Dr. Garcia, because we have been a little, tight and saving, and so this savings will be put to good use.
Consider, on the teacher sign-on bonus for $500.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Zamora. A second by Mr. Ramon. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next one is discussion and possible approval to join in partnership with International Alliance Group for recruitment and retention. And so we want to partner with Region 2 and obviously the International Alliance Group. Our district continues to face persistent staffing challenges in hard-to-fill areas, such as special ed in particular. So we want to recruit qualified teachers for the upcoming school year, and we want to be very competitive, right? Because everyone's fighting for the same teachers. So the International Alliance Group offers a comprehensive end-to-end service to recruit, retain, and, relocate certified instructional teachers. So we're looking at, because the International Alliance Group would be the ones that recruit and our principals will interview. But if we were to hire international teachers, they would be certified within the first year. The International Alliance Group would help them with relocation, not AISD. They would help them with any type of documentation, housing, visas. That would be the International Alliance Group. They would also provide them coaching and mentorship and a seamless integration into our school community. All recruited teachers will be required to meet, like I said earlier, fully certified requirements by the end of the year. So what's the cost to the district, right? So the cost per teacher is 20% of their salary. So 81%, which is about $10,960, I already put the amount to it. 81% would be coming from the teacher's salary themselves. The district's contribution is 19%, which is about $2,100 per teacher. We would be using Title II funds. We're only looking at about hiring 3 to 5 just in the most needed areas such as special ed. The benefits for the district certainly to expand the talent pipeline with certified, highly qualified educators. It would reduce the pressure of the current staff because they're kind of being pulled in different directions, and we would be able to stabilize those classrooms in high-need areas. And certainly we would foster a diverse and globally minded educational environment for students. If we are approved tonight, then we would be moving forward with this partnership, especially, like I said, in the areas most in need, which is special ed and possibly math and other areas where maybe a principal has had a vacancy all year. This is also being supported through Region 2, and like I said, they would take care of all the paperwork, the housing, everything. We would just get the individuals that would be eager to come to the district. Do you have any questions about this?
Do we have a motion?
With motion to join the partnership with IDB for recruitment and retention.
We have a motion from Mr. Zamora. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Benyon. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item is consideration and take possible action adopting a written resolution authorizing the purchase of real estate property located at 1300 East Main Street, Dallas, Texas, 78332, and superintendent to negotiate the final purchase, execute the real estate contract in the form approved by legal counsel, and close the sale. And so I just want to share a few talking points on this item. Certainly the purchase of this property would be cost effective. We believe that, we were talking about building a stadium and looking at different ways that we could, provide the community with the needed facilities to include parking and things like that. The board, as well as the stadium committee, truly was saying, if you can, look at moving transportation. If you can, look at moving transportation. And so that's exactly, what, we kept doing throughout the last 6-7 months. And relocating transportation was identified as a priority by both, like I said, the board and the stadium committee. This move will enable us to fulfill the commitment and demonstrate our responsiveness to strategic planning and stakeholder input. Certainly, it will increase parking capacity. Moving the transportation department opens up significant space for additional parking, which is a critical need, especially during large events and daily school operations. And certainly, want to ensure that we maintain a finance that's very stable. Our current fund balance is $23 million, or is expected to be by August $23,395,206.60, well above the required minimum of having $11,654,112. So we know that the purchase of this property, we would still have well over $21 million in our fund balance. Again, the purchase is not just to relocate. We believe it's an investment in efficiency, infrastructure improvement, and future growth. The more suitable location for transportation can lead to improved logistics, reduce congestion, and future access for district vehicles and staff. So we recommend this purchase.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we move that the board adopt a written resolution in form provided to the trustees authorizing the purchase of real property located at 1300 East Main Street and authorize the superintendent to negotiate the final purchase, execute the real estate contract in a form approved by legal counsel and close the sale, and directing the board secretary place a copy of the resolution in the official minutes of this meeting. We have a second by Mr. Salmona. Any discussion?
I just want to say, to be clear, what is the cost savings we're having? I don't know if you mentioned that, like at the beginning, we had talked about moving transportation, building our own, we coded it would cost about $8 million.
Actually, if we were to, when we were first in talks with PBK and trying to move it to New York, we all remember that, that cost was at $9,397,740.
And right now, we're not leaving it where it's at, because we're already crunched in there. And we expect to grow. And not only grow our transportation department, but make it better for our employees, and then also open our parking spaces.
Correct.
So it's not we just want to relocate it for no
Correct.
reason, it's just, it's needed.
Correct. For the infrastructure, efficiency, logistics, reducing congestion, just overall better access.
And then, we had also, put our heads together to look at creating additional parking spaces on other properties, but purchasing this existing space is still more cost effective.
Absolutely.
Any more discussion?
And then as far as the property goes, when, it was appraised, it's pretty much moved and ready.
Correct.
Okay, so the improvements that we need to make to the property are
Very limited.
Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, since no one is opposed, motion carries. So we're going to move on to number 9, which is close an executive meeting or session called in accordance with the following provisions set forth in Texas Government Code 9.8, Texas Government Code Section 551.074, personnel matters, 9.81, presentation discussing hires, 9.82, presentation discussion of retirements, 9.83, presentation discussion of resignations, 9.84, personnel update regarding investigations, 9B, Texas Government Code Section 551.071, legal matters, board attorney advice, and 551.074, personnel. So it is 8:31 p.m. and we will be in executive session.
This one early in the game, Malice QB Joe Escobar with the pitch to Mike Saldivar, a 51-yard romp into the end zone. Suddenly Alice leads 7-0. Later on in the first quarter, the Coyotes will strike again. It's Saldivar again, charging downfield. Another big hole. He rumbles all the way down deep into Falcons territory. Moments later, Escobar with a beautiful shovel pass to John Lynn. 7 yards into pay dirt. Alice leads 14-0. Alice is leading it now 26-32-0 in the fourth. The scoreboard, Cal Allen.
This is a great ball game, as a matter of fact, as the Alice Coyotes get ready to rock and roll at home against Los Fresnos. Here we go. The Coyotes just pick up where they left off.
What, Alice a year ago? Is that right?
That's right. Big shocker in the Valley. Last year, the first couple of weeks were really upset. The first week Kingsville Alice for them last year, but I don't think it's going to happen this year.
And Tom Watley looking on.
He's got that focus on. He's ready to go, and so is Alice on the wet night as they operate. Again, the Coyotes with an impressive win last week against Rockport. Look at that. You got to have a little luck in the playoffs. They get a little bit of luck.
When you're good, you're good, right?
And the Alice Coyotes continue to rumble past Los Fresnos. I think we've got an update for you here.
32-0. That is a final, by the way. Let's check in live now with Marcus Floyd, who has all the insight on the big game for Alice. And tell me, are the Coyotes destined?
All these great Alice fans. The Alice Coyotes came out with a tremendous win. They're up right now 32-0, and I don't think there's any stopping them. The game just ended. I think that any fan that you see what everyone else out here is doing, they're in the rain and all the conditions. I'm joined now right now by Alice quarterback Joe Escobar. Joe, great. Watch out, guys. Great game tonight, Joe. How'd you feel?
I felt great. We came in, we played hard. We fought all the way to the end, and we just ran it down their throat, man.
Last year, these guys came in and beat you. You guys got them here at home this year and blew them out of the gym. Next week, you got a tough test. How do you feel for the playoffs?
I feel real good. I think we'll go pretty far. We're playing pretty good, and we're getting better every week.
Congratulations, Joe. Big win. Alice Coyotes. Dan, Allen, you see all these guys out here? They're having fun. I can't even get in here. Hey, watch out. I want a little airtime. Hey, you guys, back in the studio, stay dry.
Coyotes, and here come the Coyotes. Mike Saldivar takes it 50 yards. And the Coyotes up by 7-0, still in the first quarter. Joe Escobar on the pitch, goes to the tight end this time. John Lynn, as he'll take it in for 10 yards out. Alice is off and rolling. They win this one 32-0.
All right. Lanier, San Antonio Lanier, round 2 in Alice. Coyotes get things off on the right foot. Mike Saldivar, scrappy senior, plowing in 3 yards out. Alice out of the chute, 14-0. Next drive, Joe Escobar. Watch Big Joe, little flip to Mark Garza. Garza going gonzo, 22 yards. Focus, man, focus. Down to the Lanier 22. And from there, more ground control from Major Tom Watley. That is Saldivar again. Come on, let's get going. Saldivar again, another 22-yard scamper for a score. These should have been edited closer, I think. That's my fault. 21-0 Alice. The defense stepped it up as always. Nick Carter, the promising linebacker, getting involved. Alice rolls here 52-0. Another great playoff win at home. You bet those Coyote fans love that. Alice will face Belton next weekend.
Here we go, opening shot. Quarterback Joe Escobar calls his own number, 25. He will pick up a hard 35 yards to set up this next play by running back Mike Saldivar, who takes the handoff up the gut from 10 yards out. No, 24 yards out. And Saldivar makes it a 21-0, yes, in the first half. Now, still in second quarter, Mike Garza, number 33, he will take it up the gut from 10 yards out to make it a 28-0 Coyotes. They are just simply blowing them out of the water, and you can't win a championship if you don't have good defense. And look at this. Quarterback will get smashed, yes. And Alice win this one by the score of 52-0. They will hold on and advance to the next round.
And the other here we go, and what a way to start a ball game. The guy coming in drops the ball, and there it is. That is the ball they would use tonight. All right, get used to Keith Vega, number 40. He ran wild tonight. Here we go. This is an 80-yard run. Down the sidelines he goes. They're not going to get him. Alice on top early. 7-0, and just like that, the Coyotes were rocking, and they were rolling. Now, I'll tell you what, big crowd in Alice as always, great fans. Now, Lanier with the football. Back to pass. They're going to go deep. But look at this. Mike Saldivar comes up big for the Coyotes. That is a great play, and he is finally down. And, yes, bring the signs, and we'll take pictures. Hey, I like that, from the Alice band. All right, here we go. More Keith Vega. He slams in. This gave Alice a 14-0 lead. In fact, they would score 4 touchdowns in the first half alone. They would build a 28-0 lead, and there he goes one more time. Again, your final score. Coyotes win, and they win big by a score of 52-0. They advance on to round 3. Boy, look at that great Coyote defense. They performed tremendously. Now, let's check in with more on the ball game. We've got Frank Aliaga live. And Alice, I'll tell you, Frank, the Coyotes seem to be peaking at just the right time.
Well, I'll tell you what, Alan, they looked impressive tonight. It's hard to believe that this was a playoff game, 52-0. But I talked to Coach Van Tom Watley before the game, and he told me they were going to try and come out and play strong early and try and pummel them early on, and they did just that. 28 first-half points. They led 28-0 at the half, and Mike Saldivar just ran 3 touchdowns. He scored the first 3 touchdowns of the game. He joins me now live. Mike, big game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we were expected to go far last year, and, you know, we just kind of wanted to come out this year and redeem ourselves, you know, try to get as far as we could and, you know, see what happened. Just play our hearts out in the playoffs.
It's great to play in front of your home crowd, too.
Yeah, it feels good. You know, we would have played again next week, but now we're going to play the underdog team that won, and, you know, we'll see what happens over there in the Dome.
Great. Thank you very much, Mike Saldivar. 3 touchdowns on the night. Alan, they do know that they're going to play 2 o'clock on Saturday in the Alamo Dome, and they take on Belton. So that should be quite a game, too, and Alice has a good chance of making it all the way to states. Back to you.
Okay, Frank, I appreciate that. Again, that is Alice who wins it 52-0. Again, big night for the Alice Coyotes who rock and roll. What's new? They always seem to peak at just the right time. Cameras are there. We got highlights for you. And here they come. The Coyotes smoke machine it all, and Coach Van Tom Watley had to like what he saw in this one. Here we go. Alice would strike first. Watch Mark Garza. He would not be denied, and the Coyotes jump out early. They're on top. They would set the pace early, 7-0. As you might expect, lots of Coyote fans making the trip to San Antonio. Later, watch here. Alice went to the razzle-dazzle. That is John Lynn fires. A perfect strike, 2. Number 3, Trey Cruz. Yes, nice play here. And folks, bring in the signs, and we'll take pictures. We'll take pictures of all of them. All right. Alice to jump out to a 16-6 lead before Belton also going to the razzle-dazzle. Nice play here, but it wasn't enough. As this day belonged to the Coyotes, they live to play some more. 16-14 is your final, and afterwards we heard from some very happy Coyotes.
Very emotional and hard-fought ball game, and you know, what can you say? Anything can happen in the playoffs, and it happened good for us, and we're real proud. We're proud of our kids, proud of our community. Well, we'll play, I guess we'll play Bay City next Friday night in the Astrodome.
Yeah, we came out and we fought to the end, and it paid off. I mean, the defense played real hard. They helped us, and they came up big on that 4th down at the end. And the offense, we scored when we needed to. They were a good team, and they read their keys real well, and they ran to the ball, and they hit hard. And, you know, it's our first time playing on turf, and it was a hard-fought win. I mean, but we'll take the win, and we'll see what we can do in the semifinals.
And as Coach Van Tom Watley told you earlier, they get Bay City, the Black Cats, at 11-1 Friday night, 8 o'clock at the Dome. And we
to their community. Now they have a real shot at a state championship to go with it. Van Tom Watley's team with a little Saturday morning affair in the Alamo Dome against 8-4 Belton. A win would give the Coyotes a berth in the state semifinals. They came, they saw, they did it. Coyotes grabbed a quick lead in this one. Big Mark Garza, certainly one of the stars of this team. 8-yard run around the left side puts Alice on top of this ball game, 7-0. The Coyotes would never trail in the Alamo Dome. Thanks to trickery like this, Watley with his Houdini impression, pulling the rabbit out of the hat, a halfback touchdown pass to Trey Cruz. Coyotes landing a 16-6 lead. The Tigers, though, the Tigers are cats. They are copycats. Watch this. Cody Friedenberg on the old flea flicker, looking like the Vikings the other day against the Cowboys. Chris Parker will grab it. 16-12 Alice, but when Joe Escobar runs out of the end zone, Alice celebrates a 16-14 win and a trip to the state semis. They will always remember the Alamo Dome.
We prepared for this. We fought hard, 48 minutes. All I gotta say is we're going to semifinals. It was great. We have great support, and we just love it when they all come out and watch us, and it just helps us and keeps us going.
These little old kids are outweighed, but they're not outplayed, and you know, we were fortunate enough to come through there in the end.
Coyotes will face Bay City. Time and date to be announced.
This one early in the game, Alice QB Joe Escobar with the pitch to Mike Saldivar, a 51-yard romp into the end zone. Suddenly Alice leads 7-0. Later on in the first quarter, the Coyotes will strike again. It's Saldivar again, charging downfield. Another big hole. He rumbles all the way down deep into Falcons territory. Moments later, Escobar with a beautiful shovel pass to John Lynn. 7 yards into pay dirt. Alice leads 14-0. Alice is leading it now 26-32 nothing in the fourth. The scoreboard, Cal Allen.
This is a great ball game, as a matter of fact, as the Alice Coyotes get ready to rock and roll at home against Los Fresnos. Here we go. The Coyotes just pick up where they left off.
What, Alice a year ago? Is that right?
That's right. Big shocker in the Valley. Last year, the first couple of weeks were really upsets. The first week came out for them last year, but I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Tom Watley looking on.
He's got that focus on. He's ready to go, and so is Alice on a wet night.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo. It's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one, and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo. It's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one, and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo. It's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one, and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one, and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish wish we could go back, and I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back, and I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back, and I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture, but this year was definitely different because it's our last one and it's going to be our last time seeing all of us here together, probably, other than graduation.
It feels really surreal, like, I don't know, like a I made it moment, you know? Like we're finally here. Like 4 years, this is my last photo, it's kind of hitting right now. It shows that you're a part of it, that you worked hard enough to earn your spot, and you're finally graduating, and just means like, here you are, you're almost done. Kind of feels like a new milestone.
So I think senior year, coming out, the white shirt, seeing all the people who you grew up with in elementary school, seeing just everybody that you've had your whole entire 4 years and other years life with, just seeing us all grown up and all different. And I mean, I think it was very, I think it was very a real, like, oh, this is actually this is actually happening. We're actually here now.
We've been dreaming of this moment since we were little, and now that we're finally here, it's kind of like, man, I wish we could go back. And I was just looking up at the bleachers, looking at all of my classmates, and it's just, we've gone through like all these years together, and here we are about to graduate.
So at first it seemed like every other class photo, just every year just going through the motions, it's just a picture.
Okay, so it is 9:05 p.m. and we're back from executive session. So we're going to go on to items 11, announcements and actions. Item 11A, considerable possible actions regarding new hires. Since there's no motion, there's no action. We're going to go on to 11B, consider possible action regarding retirements.
I move that we approve the retirements of Rachel King, Justin Siller, and... No, they're not retired. Only Maria. Oh, I'm sorry. I move that we approve the retirement of Maria Julia Reina as discussed in closed session.
So a motion by Mr. Molina, is there a second? Second. Got a second by Mr. Ramon. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to item C, consider possible action regarding resignations.
I move that we approve the resignations of Rachel King and Justin Siller as discussed in closed session.
So a motion by Mr. Molina, is there a second?
I second.
Got a second by Mr. Pena. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 11D, discuss and possible action regarding ongoing investigations. Since there's no motion, there's no action. And we're going to move on to item 12, which is adjournment.